Last week, Nick was eating pizza.
I still am, baby.
Everyone's favorite showcase is back. It's CES. Hitman is doing things, and Xbox exists. Remember them?
Huh.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, boyos? Welcome to Last Week in Games. My name is Jake. I'm joined today by Nick Pizza Eating Sapon. And this is the first show back in 2023. It's been a long time.
Holy shit! It's 2023 already.
It is. It's a magical time. We took a couple weeks off, and it was nice. It was a nice little break. I made some content while we were gone. Me and Jordan Blaine did some stuff, which was fun. He came back. Everyone should watch it. I ranked every movie I watched last year, which was also fun. Everyone should watch that as well.
How many views did that get? Just out of curiosity.
That one I think is at 60 right now.
No shit.
Why are you making me? Why are you calling me out like this?
Oh no. It's fun.
Yeah. It should be at more. That's all I'm saying. At least 10,000.
You know, I could only get past like the first minute.
Yeah. Well, it was more of a live stream content. You know, it was more of a live stream thing that I just kind of edited into a video.
Okay. So how many viewers did you get while you were live streaming?
There was a couple people there.
Oh, okay.
But you know, it's something.
You know, you're doing what you love.
Dude, here's my thought, okay? If people are able to watch fucking who am I gonna call out right now? Who's the person I'm gonna call out right now?
Oh, dude, Sips, because
Sips is quality. If people are watching like Aiden Ross and fucking who literally his whole shtick is like, dude, and like that's it. People just walk in and he goes, dude, or like XQC, whose whole shtick is just like, you know, he just like does that. People can watch me ramble about movies. You know, that's my thought process.
Yes, they can.
They can. Will they? No. I'm not like a cute e-boy guy. That's my problem, I think.
Oh. Damn, I thought you were a cute e-boy.
I could dye my hair like blue.
Shit, I thought we were going to take off because you were a cute e-boy. I guess not.
You're a cuter e-boy than me.
I don't know. I've never seen your face.
That's true. I did get my braces off. That was something I did.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
Congrats. How's it feel?
It kind of hurt, actually, surprisingly, at first.
Did you get them off?
Yeah, because your teeth aren't like used to it, and then it like kind of hurts. It hurt just as much as like getting them tightened in a weird way.
Oh. But now it doesn't hurt anymore?
It doesn't hurt now. But I get my retainers tomorrow, and I'm sure that's gonna hurt wearing those for a bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
You keep up with that shit?
Well, it's weird because they took them off last week, and I've had them off for a week, and I don't get my retainers till tomorrow. I've already noticed movement in my mouth.
Really?
Like I've noticed movement of the teeth already. Back to like my teeth just want to be crooked. Like they're like, let us be crooked, and I'm like, no. So yeah, definitely have to wear those. But
you're a fucking cyborg.
Basically, dude. I could. Yeah. Next up, I was telling Corey, I was like, I got next up is like lip fillers.
Ooh.
Maybe a nose job.
Ass extension.
Yeah. Hair plugs.
Are you gonna take the skin off your dick and put it on your ass?
Yeah. There's a lot of skin on the dick to take from.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's almost endless.
It's just you pull hard enough.
You just keep pulling.
If you pull hard enough, there's just an endless supply.
That's where they get skin grafts from.
From my dick.
From dick.
Yeah.
So that's how you got your millions.
Yeah. How was your break?
It was short, man. I got 2 weeks off of work.
That's
And
nice.
it was nice, but man, it was filled. Like every day I was doing something different. And I mean, like,
that's good though,
I
like
had something to do,
That's nice though. Like stuff that you normally wouldn't be able to do because you'd be working,
Yes, 100%. But what I really wanted to do was just chill out and play video games.
Yeah, that's true. That's all we want to do all the time, right?
2 weeks, man, goes by so quick.
It does. Remember when we were kids? 2 weeks felt like an eternity. Now it's like it's over in a flash. It's crazy.
It's nuts. I'm no longer Nick pizza eating Sapon.
Yeah.
Pizza digesting now.
I've come to the conclusion that's why people have children, is just to like live vicariously through them.
Oh, 100%.
That's got to be it. Because I had my nephews over yesterday, and they were like playing like their Switch and stuff. Like my nephew just got a new Switch, and I was like, "Yeah, come over, dude. Look through my games. You can borrow whatever game you want as long as you don't break it or whatever." And he came over, and him and his cousin came over, and I was like, man, I wish I could enjoy video games like them, because they're like, oh, can I try this game? And they were like just trying this game out. And if it were me, it's like, I don't want to try a game unless I'm going to fucking beat that game. And that's just like my own problem, my own mentality. But they're like, it's fine. I'll just play it for like 30 minutes and then move on to the next thing. And it's like, I just can't enjoy games like that.
I think that just has to do with the next generation of people, iPad babies, if you will.
You think it's that? Because I do remember, like, as a kid, like, when you'd play Grand Theft Auto, it's like, dude, we could just fuck around and dick around in Grand Theft Auto. But now, if I'm playing Grand Theft Auto, I am playing the story.
You need a reason to play.
Yeah, I can't just dick around.
No, I get that. But when I was a kid, I was the same way still. It would just depended on the game, right? So, like, when I was a kid, I would play... What was the game that I would play nonstop? I just had it in my head. Oh, okay. On the Genesis, I had a game called Cold Shadow. It was a Donald Duck game. Okay. Actually, not technically Donald Duck. His whole thing is like he's Maui Mallard as Cold Shadow. And I put my face to the grindstone with that game. Like it took me months.
Yeah.
Months and months. I couldn't even tell you how many months. But that would be like the only game that I played.
But that was like the only game that you had, right?
I only had a couple of games.
Yeah, I think that's the difference between us and the next gen of kids is we only had one game, but now because of the internet, they can play like Fall Guys because it's free, and like
they can do whatever they want. Yeah.
They could play Rocket League because it's free, or if they have Game Pass, like they just have an endless supply of games. Like we didn't have that shit. It's kind of cool. No.
Well, it would be nice to just go, I'm bored, but then you get bored so quick, right?
Of the different games?
Of your selections. Because when you have so many things you can choose from, there's too many things.
It's like the Netflix effect where you spend more time scrolling than actually watching something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like, I don't know what to play. I have 158 games. I have nothing to play. I think that's the thing of like when we got old, we had money so we could buy whatever games we wanted. For these kids, it's like they have Game Pass. Their parents just bought them Game Pass, and that's hundreds of games, right? That they can play whenever they want. But it's too many. It's too many options.
But like, I think the difference between us, like grizzled, gnarly adults, like we're just like pessimists and hate everything. We understand the time sink, so we're like very selective in what we're gonna play. Where these kids, they'll see the first thing and they'll be like, "I'll play that." And then they'll move on to the next thing. And we don't do that. We don't like just put something in and play it for an hour because it feels like a waste of time. But for them, they don't care.
Well, I don't know. What is my dog doing? Hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
What the dog doing? What's up, chat? Nick's gone. He's gone.
I had buried her toy underneath a box, and she was pawing at the toy. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah,
it's
one of those things. Kids and things. What were we talking about?
I don't know. It was a good combo though.
Pessimists and shit.
Yeah, it's just it was just nice to have a couple of honestly they reminded me of when we were younger, like the two of us like just playing Saints Row for hours for no reason, not even playing the game, just fucking screwing
Just
around.
fucking around. Dude, Saints Row 2. I remember going over to your apartment.
Yeah. You'd bring a TV
dad,
or like we'd grab a TV from my room.
Your dad's sleepwalking around and we're playing pranks on him while we're playing Saints Row 2 and just literally just like trying to hit each other in airplanes.
Yeah, just
that's all we were doing,
dude. It was so fun.
It was so good.
I miss that shit, man.
But
like even if we tried to do that now, we wouldn't have fun doing it. I swear.
We'd be bored. We would get bored really quick.
We'd be like, "What's the point of us doing this?" And I think it's because as you get older, you lose your imagination a little. That's probably part of it.
Yeah, and probably like the awe of like, holy crap, I'm flying. You're like, yeah, this is a game.
Yeah.
Your reality kind of sinks in a little bit more.
Yeah, we also live in this world of like, what am I missing by doing this thing? You know?
Yeah.
I could be doing something else, which is a problem within all of us, I think. But
FOMO. It's called FOMO.
Yeah, dude, FOMO. I caught the FOMO. Anyway,
yes. Anyway,
this is a video game show, and today we're going to talk about some goddamn video games.
Oh, wow. Really? On a video game show?
There is some news that happened over the past week.
Honestly,
Nick, every week it could be like the week after E3. There was some news, and Nick would be like, "Nah, not really."
I disagree. There's like maybe one thing that happened.
Well, here's our first titty and only titty. Speaking to the Hollywood Reporter ahead of The Last of Us, Neil Druckmann, he couldn't reveal if there was a part 3 in the works, but he did say, I think there's more story to tell. Do you think that is a confirmation of The Last of Us Part 3?
100% no.
Okay.
I think this is more referencing the multiplayer factions that's going to come out. Because I think that's more story to tell. But,
But the way it's framed, though, is like he was asked, is there going to be a part 3? And he's like, I can't answer that. But I think there's more story to tell,
Yeah, he couldn't answer if there's going to be a part 3 because he doesn't know if he's going to continue the story of Ellie, right? It could be... could be...
I mean, they certainly know what they're working on right now. They have to.
Yeah, of course.
What is happening over there?
Daniel just delivered a drink to me.
Oh, how very
so
kind.
sweet. It's so sweet.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna marry that girl.
Oh yeah, you probably should.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes next couple of months.
Yeah. It's up to her at this point. Balls in her court.
Balls in her court. No, because maybe they have a plan for part 3 and more for Ellie, but what I want and my personal grasp of this game is I don't want any more of Ellie. Call her story done. We need, and I tell this every time we talk about The Last of Us, I want other cities, other countries, other continents to have a Last of Us. Maybe even just put it in multiplayer, right? Maybe it's because this multiplayer is set in San Francisco. Maybe they continue the story with Ellie in The Last of Us, right? But every factions update is factions, but in London, factions, but in this area. I think that would be much cooler.
I do feel like that's what the game is going to be.
You think so?
I think the different maps are going to be different areas in the world. Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
Well, that would be cool. I'm all for that, and that's my personal after 2, I don't really care how Ellie's story continues, or even how any of the other characters' stories continue. To be honest, I felt like it was wrapped up pretty good. I guess you could do something with the little trans kid. What was his name?
Lev.
That's it. Yep. I feel like you could do something with that and continue that. But I fear that with Lev and Abby, you kind of get the same feel of Joel and Ellie, and there's only so much of that I'd want to take.
Well, here's what I was thinking. Well, first of all, I don't want them to make a Last of Us Part 3. I didn't even want them to make a Part 2. I still liked Part 2, and I'm sure if they made a Part 3, I'd like it too, just because
I like the gameplay of Part 2.
Yeah, and the story's like okay. The
story's pretty. It's good. Give it better. It's good. It's a good story.
Yeah, it's pretty compelling, and I think that's all thanks to Neil Druckmann just being a good like storyteller. But like, so like if he made a Last of Us Part 3, I'd play it and I'd probably enjoy it just fine. But what I really want is him to make fucking Uncharted in space. That's what I want.
Yes, dude, that would be sick.
I just want Uncharted in space made by Naughty Dog. That's what I want.
That would be cool. And then Uncharted becomes like a fucking Fast and the Furious franchise.
Well, I don't want it to literally be Uncharted.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, not
just a space,
like a space game like Uncharted. Adventure. It could even be dark like The Last of Us, but like that kind of. I just want them to make a space game. Is basically
a third-person action adventure space game.
Yes,
gotcha.
Made by Naughty Dog. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, especially when there was that scene of Ellie like wearing the space helmet in Last of Us Part 2. I was like, oh, come on, give me that. But what I could see Part 3 being is like, what if Ellie and Abby have to team up, and it's a game where like the two of them have to like bury the hatchet and like be teammates or whatever.
I feel like they've already done that. I feel like they've already.
Is it too predictable?
Like No. Like, I don't think that would happen, but I feel like they've already made up as much as they are going to. It's just like, I will never see you again.
Yeah.
Sort of situation. Like, if we cross paths, I'm gonna walk the other way.
Well, like Neil Druckmann, he said like, Last of Us Part 1 is about love, Last of Us Part 2 is about hate, and then like, what if Last of Us Part 3 is about like sex? Yeah, it's just sex.
It's just pure sex, baby.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Love, hate, despair.
Like redemption or like forgiveness. That's the word I'm looking for. It's like about forgiveness. It's just a game about forgiving each other or something. It'd be a much better fucking game than learning that violence is bad. Which is like the story of Last of Us Part 2. Yeah. The moral message is, hey, don't be violent. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Turn the other cheek rather than...
Yeah, what if this game is like, hey, everyone's made mistakes, and if they're willing to move on, let's work it out or whatever. That
would be a little more interesting, as long as they could do it right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to Last of Us, the podcast.
Hey. It's an interesting topic.
No, I'm just saying we could talk about The Last of Us for a fucking
hour. It's true. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for Factions regardless. And I'm sure we'll hear about it this year at some point.
Hopefully we will. Hopefully it comes out this year. I'm guessing if all goes well and not another pandemic hits or whatever, late November. That's what I'm going to say.
That's when we're getting Factions, you think? Yeah, I'm gonna be crazy here, dude. I'm gonna be fucking crazy. I think we get it this summer.
Ooh.
And I think we get Spider-Man later in the year.
Oh no, Spider-Man's earlier.
No shot.
Factions is later. Wolverine is next year.
Wolverine's not next year. No shot. It's the year after.
Okay. No.
It's 2025. There's no way.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Yeah, because it's only one. Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if Spider-Man gets moved to next year, if I'm being honest with you.
No, they can't. There's no way.
It'd be rough for Sony, but like honestly, Sony can take the L considering Xbox hasn't released a game in like 25 years.
So, yeah, and they're doing just fine.
Yeah. Speaking of Sony, CES happened and they showed things. Jim Ryan, in fact, even came out and said the PS5 shortage is over. It's done.
How does he know?
Is it? I mean, I guess he's just saying like we're getting the parts in time now to actually keep things stocked.
And I've actually seen a couple of them in stores. So
especially at GameStop, like I go to GameStop and you see them on the shelf. It's like, oh yeah, they've got them. Maybe not at like Walmart, but like at GameStop they have them.
I've seen them at some Walmarts.
Oh yeah.
Some Walmarts at Target. I think I saw one at a Target. So
You know what's funny? There's a Walmart by my work that I go to quite a bit, and they have like a case, where it's supposed to have PS5s, and it's been there for years. And just sort of like recently, within like the past 5 months, they've just filled it with like random junk because they're like, we're just never gonna fill it with PlayStation, so why are we even wasting the space?
Yeah.
So now it's just like random electronics.
But when they get those PlayStations,
they'll put them in there. Yeah,
I have to move that shit. So
yeah. Which is funny. It's like we've waited all this time to put them in there, and now we finally get them, and that's right after we transitioned it.
100%.
They also showed a Gran Turismo trailer. I guess the movie is going to be, because they're making a Gran Turismo movie. If you didn't know.
Is this the trailer for the movie?
I think it's a movie. Yeah. And what the movie is, it's about a kid who played Gran Turismo and then went on to like be in the actual Gran Turismo and win it.
In the Gran Turismo. Mm-hmm.
I think if you're going to make a Gran Turismo movie, that's the way to do it. I still have very little interest in it, but
I mean, I'm sure it looks pretty. Who's to say that the movie's going to be good at all?
Yeah.
Racing movies are hard to make interesting. Right? You'd have to make it sort of like Top Gun Maverick, where like it's not really about the story, it's about the sounds and the feeling and the way they film it. I think that would have to be
you need
number one.
A beach scene of a bunch of like sexy men playing volleyball.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're not a team. We gotta be teamly, and then they go out and play volleyball, and then they race the next day and they win because they're a team now.
Dude, I just watched that movie recently. That shit, it was so good. I fucking hated how good it was, man.
Which one, Maverick?
Yeah, I was
it's solid.
I was like, there's no way this movie's good because I rewatched Top Gun earlier this year.
Yeah, and that one's pretty dated.
Yeah, it's like this movie kind of sucks. And then I watched Maverick, and I'm like, God damn it, this movie's good. I hate it.
It's so good. I bet you in like 15 years, when they make a Maverick, Top Gun Maverick Jr. or whatever,
Maverick Returns,
it'll be like,
Maverick Jr.
yeah, and then you'll go back and watch Top Gun Maverick, and Top Gun Maverick Jr., and you'd be like, oh, dude, the other ones suck. Like they pale in comparison to Maverick Jr., where you put on AR headset and fucking fly around yourself.
Yeah.
Like
40x in your house.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows? Who knows what the future is? But yeah. And we'll be looking at old movies like, it ain't nothing.
Yeah. I don't know. The ending of Maverick is just so fucking like you're on the edge of your seat the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Although it's kind of dumb. It
is a dumb movie.
It's kind of dumb. Like when he shoots that helicopter and you're like, how okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a dumb movie, but it is very fun.
Yeah. It's a good one.
It feels good.
There's some other stuff at CES, Nick.
Oh yeah, I did. Usually, I get a whole bunch of shit from like a whole bunch of CES news. When it comes up, I didn't get a single fucking lick of CES news. Like, hey, here's new tech for.
Well, I got some tech for you here, friend. One of them, there was this Samsung Odyssey Neo 9 G9, which is a 57-inch 8K resolution gaming monitor. So that's pretty cool.
57-inch? Why would you want that?
It's like one of those fucking long ass ones, that you.
An ultra wide.
An ultra wide, yeah. That's like super ultra wide.
Yeah.
But they showed some people like playing car games on it, and it looks pretty intense. So that's cool.
Interesting.
LG's...
Leonardo. That's the one thing I did see. Project Leonardo.
Yeah. That's the Sony thing.
Yeah, the Sony controller.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's kind of their answer to, because a few years ago, Xbox showed off their like gaming with disabilities controller, and everyone just sort of assumed PlayStation just was like, well, we're above that, we don't give a fuck. But it turns out that they've been working on their own version of that, and it looks pretty sleek, actually. How do you
Yeah, it looks cool. I don't know how it would work. I didn't watch like the video for it, so I don't quite understand how this helps people with disabilities.
I
But
guess so. Like, everyone's disability is different, but like,
uh-huh.
um,
Like it's a modular controller.
yeah, it's modular. It's got bigger buttons. It's got like a big
Um,
joystick as opposed to the
two
thumbsticks.
two little tiny guys, yeah.
Um, yeah, it looks pretty cool. And the thing that I really like about it is because like Xboxes just sort of looks like a regular ass like fight stick sort of thing.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
this one definitely looks like a classy PS5 themed thing. Like how PS5 has that like the sleek white thing going on this generation where everything's white and sort of rounded and yeah.
I
And
hate that. I hate the rounded shit.
I kind of like it. I don't like the look of the PS5, but all of the accessories and stuff they've released looks really sleek.
If I were like it kind of reminds me of like 90s cars, where it's like you can't have a good looking 90s car. Everything's just bulbous and round and everything, and it's like if I could go back and get like an 80s boxy fucking car, that's what I like. So like when the PlayStation 4, perfect, cool, boxy design, sleek, thin, PlayStation 5 is like, and it's like, oh, okay, I get it. And then this controller is just a fucking doll. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
No, I get you. I get you. But it's cool. Shout out. And it actually does make sense that Sony would delve into that, considering that they've been making strides in their games for accessibility for a while now.
Oh yeah,
with like
100%.
Especially like The Last of Us Part 2 was just like nuts. The accessibility options.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could be Helen Keller and play that game.
The game just plays it for you.
LG's 97-inch OLED TV is wireless.
It's not fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts.
Thanks to its wireless HDMI transmitter box called Zero Connect. That's the future, dude. That's crazy.
Just no wires.
Yeah, I just wonder the lag on that. Like, what's the...
Probably pretty significant.
Yeah, but if they could get that good, that'd be really nice. So I could have like my PlayStation in my closet and just like not worry about it.
Yeah, it would be nice, but I think it would work for TVs. It wouldn't work for refresh rates on like monitors and stuff. Like you wouldn't sell that as a monitor because the refresh rate just wouldn't be right. For a TV, for movies and stuff, absolutely. Sounds fucking fantastic.
Yeah, if they could get it good enough to like play like a God of War or whatever, something that you don't really need that crazy of reflexes, that'd be nice. So if it's like not like a Twitch shooter or whatever. What else we got here? There's a couple big ones here.
HTC Vive XR Elite, which is a terrible name.
Yep.
Was an all-in-one VR headset meant to compete with MetaQuest 2. So that's cool.
Yeah.
I've actually been looking at MetaQuest 2 because I like the all-in-one package, but if I don't have to support Facebook,
yeah, true.
Even better.
Yeah, and the Vive has always been like the leader in that realm. Mm-hmm. So it's cool that they're finally
not supporting Facebook for sure.
Yeah. PSVR 2 is also coming out next month. That's a thing.
Shit.
NVIDIA announces RTX 4070 Ti.
Oh.
Which is coming out priced at a measly $800.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah. It's
$800.
Be the cheapest way to get NVIDIA's latest ray tracing tech.
Yeah. DLSS 3.0.
And that comes out January 5th, so it's already out.
It's already out, baby.
How about that?
It's already out.
Good luck getting one, but I bet you could.
I don't know. You probably could.
Intel announces its 13th gen Raptor Lake mobile processors.
Oh.
So, following the 13th gen desktop processor, we've got the mobile processors now. So that's pretty cool.
You think they named it after the politician Carrie Lake?
Well, I think they've just had that lake thing because the 12th gen was the Alder Lake. And
Alder Lake, yeah.
Yeah. Which is what
I wonder what the theme for that is.
Yeah, I don't know why.
What is an alder? What is a raptor in regards to whatever they're referencing.
Yeah. Let's see. CES hand thing. I'm trying to find this. They showed off like it's like an adaptive controller to go with a VR, and it like creates you wear it like a glove and it creates like haptics on your fingers and stuff. But I can't find it now. CES glove news. Here it is. Video gamers feel bees and bullets with simulation tech at Las Vegas Consumer Gadget Show. Well, there you go. That exists. Look it up. I don't know.
Okay.
I got nothing really to add. I just thought it was cool. It's a Razer thing. It's made by Razer. So go ahead, look that up. Pretty cool. They look like fucking like dishwashing gloves.
Oh.
Yeah, they look ugly as hell. They're yellow and disgusting. Probably just because they're, just in beta. But
Alder is any genus of toothed-leaved trees or shrubs from the birch family.
Yeah.
They have catkins, which become woody, that typically grow in cool, moist ground and have wood used especially in turnery. Also, it's wood. I love that they put that in there.
I knew alder was a type of wood, and I just figured
raptor is not.
I just figured alder like sounded nice, and then I figured raptor like was like, oh, look at it's fucking strong, it's like a raptor's jaws, bro,
like a Ford Raptor, man.
Yeah, that probably is their thought process. It's just like raptor lake. You got the alder lake, which is like a nice breezy. It looks good.
Easy.
Now you got the fucking raptor, dog.
We're in your pants right now. Yeah. Raptor Lake. Weird. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get their naming convention. Maybe. Hold on. There's a place, a wildlife refugee in Otero County in New Mexico called Raptor Lake.
That could be it. Maybe they're just picking nice
lakes. Maybe they're just doing lakes.
Yeah.
Because there's a place called Alder Lake as well in Arizona.
Maybe we'll get we'll get Lake Pleasant soon.
Pleasant Lake.
Dude, don't buy the Lake Pleasant video card. That's gonna be a shithole. You're gonna find little turds floating around in your processor.
Oh, yeah. And diapers and all kinds of.
Hey, if you ever visit, for anyone listening, if you ever visit Arizona, do not go to Lake Pleasant. You don't want to go there. It's not a place you want to be. It's disgusting.
Unless you're a garbage human. And you like hanging out with other garbage humans.
And if you do go, don't jet ski. Don't be one of those weirdos. It's fucking gross, dude. It's so gross in there.
Yeah. That's all we got, though.
It's true.
It's true. Fucking desert rats. We get the fucking
For us,
mud.
we'll go because we live here and it's it's our one escape. But if you come and visit, that's not the place.
Yeah, you don't want to go there.
Go look at a cactus or something. It's way cooler.
Go look. Fucking touch grass, would you?
Well, we don't have much of that here either.
We don't have that. But so go look at a cactus. I like that.
Go touch dirt, huh?
Eat rocks.
Okay, so this comes from Ethan Gotch over at Kotaku. This is our first piece of news. All the Hitman games, Nick, are getting fused into one mega murder sim.
Oh, good.
If you thought Hitman 3's DLC and level importing couldn't get any more confusing, well, buckle up. IO Interactive announced on Tuesday that later this month, Hitman 1, 2, and 3 will fuse together into one Hitman to rule them all, called Hitman World of Assassination. But there will still be different versions and multiple DLC packs you can buy.
Why? Why? If you're putting it all together, why put DLC? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's very, very confusing. Here's how IO Interactive explains it in a new blog post. As of January 26, 2023, the following changes are planned to come into effect. Hitman 3 will become Hitman World of Assassination, which will also include access to Hitman 1 and 2 through our existing Access Pass system. Current Hitman 3 owners will get a free upgrade to Hitman World of Assassination and on all platforms. We're drastically simplifying the purchase experience for new players. Hitman World of Assassination will be the single available option to start playing. Does that make sense? Didn't think so. This comes from Ethan Gosh. Basically, anyone who owns Hitman 3 on January 26th will automatically get access to Hitman 1 and 2, that is cool, whether they previously purchased them or not. So that's great. Anyone who hasn't yet bought Hitman 3 will only have two purchase options moving forward. World of Assassination, which is $70, and World of Assassination Deluxe Packs DLC, which is an extra $30. The idea is to get rid of the 6 different versions you can currently buy on Steam, not including the 12 individual DLC add-ons, and make sure all players are operating from a mostly similar set of stages, particularly for the Freelancer game mode. This is a natural end state for IO Interactive. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. You get it. Long story short, if you haven't hopped on the Hitman 3 train yet, now's a good time. The game is one of 2021's best and is only $21 on Steam for the next couple days, while on PlayStation Store, the deluxe edition is just $28. There's no sale on Xbox right now, but the trilogy is on Game Pass, and unfortunately, the cloud version on Hitman 3 on Switch is just shit. So there you go. So if you're interested in having all 3 Hitman games, go buy Hitman 3 right now, basically.
Otherwise you're gonna have to spend $70.
Correct. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then another $30 for DLC.
For DLC, I guess.
That is not mentioned. I guess 1,
but
2,
then,
3
then
are
there's
all
also
base games.
Right, and then there's also DLC on top of that expansion pack. So
are you serious?
Yeah, there's a lot. So actually, it's funny, dude. I've been playing I started playing Hitman like right around the time of this announcement because it's on Game Pass, and I haven't played the first 2. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna play some Hitman." And I love I love those games. They're fucking great. But you open up Hitman, and it's like, "Hey, buy this shit, get this shit. Here's an upgrade pass. Here's some free XP," and it's sort of like, "Uh-oh, is IO okay?" You know, it's one of those things. But I don't know. What's your takeaway from this?
I don't know, man. I think Hitman should die.
Oh.
Well, I don't know what you want me to say, man. Hitman is it's an old game. Hitman 3 is an old game. I guess it's not that old. 2021. 2 years old. Is it really only that? I feel like
came out January 2021, yeah.
So I feel like this game has had so many updates and so many DLC bullshit and so much. But Hitman, to me personally, is not that interesting. Like, I think the length of a Hitman game is the perfect length of a Hitman game.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you start like I want to do 20 levels, it's too much. It's too much. And then when you get like the same level but with different people, it's too much. And I get some people like picking out a certain NPC and go kill that guy. And it's kind of fun to get there for that, but I don't have that interest. I just want to play through the game. I feel like Hitman for me is like a story-based single player experience where you're just like, all right, let's see if we can do this. And then you do it and you're like, cool. And once you're done with the game, you're done with the game. That's how I play it. So I don't know. Then they're just making it so confusing with how they're setting it up. Just fucking put everything in one.
Yeah.
All of the shit in one and make it $100 or $70 or whatever the fuck you want. It doesn't matter.
It's essentially what they're doing, just minus the DLCs. I think
but what the fuck? Like, put those in there too.
Yeah, I agree with that. But it's pretty tight that if you own Hitman 3, you're just getting all of them now. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but if you own Hitman 3, you probably own Hitman 2 and
I don't.
1. Oh, well.
On PlayStation, I only own Hitman 3. I never bought the other ones. So.
Well, you soon will.
I know. That's pretty tight.
Yeah.
And I had been putting off playing the Hitman games because I've been wanting to play them, but I'm like, I don't really want to pay for them. I saw them on Game Pass, which is why I started playing them. And then this happened. I'm like, well, I could have been playing it on PlayStation. but I want to play it on PC anyway. But what is exciting, and you know what you're saying is, I agree with, like, there's only so much joy you can get out of them, but each time you go through them, it's like 30 minutes to kill the guys or whatever, and then I think it's kind of worth going back, and you can go back in 5-star if you want, and there's different like missions,
challenges,
and I think that's perfect. Like the 6 mission structure of those games does feel a little steep on the price, but with how much detail goes into those games, I understand it, because there's just so much detail. And currently IO Interactive is working on that James Bond game, which is,
so they need all the help they could get.
Well, I think it's going to be exactly what you want, right? I think it's going to be Hitman, but like way more story based, you know, and like way more
less goofy.
Yeah, well, it'll still probably be goofy, but it's going to be, the story is going to be more compelling than just being like, this guy killed this guy's girlfriend, so now you got to go kill him. It's going to be way more of like, I don't know. Just imagine Hitman, but with James Bond's like weird gadgets and stuff like that. That's going to be cool.
That would be cool.
But anyway, I thought it was worth mentioning. So if you own Hitman 3, you now own all the Hitmans, and you should go play them because they're fun games.
Nice.
There we go. An Xbox showcase is reportedly planned for late January. This comes from Tom Ivan at VGC. Microsoft and Bethesda will reportedly deliver an Xbox Games showcase later this month. According to Windows Central, the event will be called Xbox Developer Direct, and it's currently scheduled to take place on January 25th at 12 p.m. Pacific time. That's my birthday.
Hey, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. The presentation.
Happy birthday, Xbox.
Happy Easter, Xbox. The presentation will reportedly include deep dives into Redfall, Minecraft Legends,
Snore.
Forza Motorsport, and new content from ZeniMax Online Studios.
Snore. Okay, moving on.
The site sources also claimed it's possible Starfield won't feature at the event, in favor of giving the game a more dedicated showing at a later date.
Yeah, of course.
If the report about an upcoming showcase is accurate, it's possible the event could be announced later this week. Xbox marketing boss Aaron Greenberg tweeted on Monday, "This should be a fun week. Excited for the days to progress." Following Microsoft's low-key participation at the Game Awards in December, where the company opted to make no major game announcements, Greenberg told fans 2023 would be, quote, incredibly exciting for Xbox, and they wouldn't have to wait long for news. Quote, "We have a lot planned to show and share about an incredibly exciting year ahead for 2023. We appreciate folks are eager to learn and see more. Timing is always key, but don't worry, you will not have to wait long to hear what is next from us."
I feel like that's all bullshit. That's like marketing speech.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, oh yeah, 2023 is going to be a great. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so big. Even though they have nothing planned.
Do you have any like predictions of like what we may see, or like what
I think there's going to be a deep dive into Redfall, probably something with Minecraft Legends, and I'm going to guess
ZeniMax Online is.
I think Forza Motorsport's going to be in there too somewhere.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So
I see some Elder Scrolls Online stuff, I think.
I mean, it's just going to be, it's going to be the standard stuff.
I have one prediction, and this is the only prediction I'm going to make, and I think you're right. I think we're just going to see those things, but I think they're going to have one more thing. I don't think they're going to do one more thing. I think they will, because they need to, especially since they said this is a Bethesda showcase and they're not showing Starfield. So just to keep people happy, and they haven't.
People will already buy Starfield. They don't need to show it off anymore.
No.
They'll have their own thing for it.
Listen, yeah, exactly. Okay. I don't think they're going to show Starfield. I think what we may see is just a short trailer for.
You mean a teaser?
Sure, trailer, teaser, whatever, for the Indiana Jones game that they announced like 3 years ago.
Okay.
Which is a Bethesda game.
Yeah, it sure is.
So if this is a Bethesda thing, why not?
I could see that.
Yeah,
I could see that being a one more thing. But they already did that one more thing when they did the last thing that they did, and it was like Indy's hat and whip.
Yeah, but that's the only thing we. That's the only thing we see. So if we see like more,
Okay.
Maybe a
Okay.
character's design of Indy or something.
Mm.
You know?
Maybe a short trailer.
Yeah,
Like an
like
actual
like what's this story about? What are we looking for? You know, like
yeah. That
yeah,
would be cool.
yeah.
I don't think so, but that would be cool.
That's my only prediction besides what they're saying. I think it
What
will
they are
be
saying.
mainly focused on Redfall, though. It's probably
Yeah. And if I'm being honest, that game doesn't seem to be anything interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
But apparently a bunch of like QA testers have been reporting that they've been leaking online that Starfield is actually really cool. So that's cool.
Well,
last piece of news here. It's a report from Paul Tassi.
A report.
This is a report from Paul Tassi over at Forbes. Nintendo canceled the Switch Pro in favor of the Switch 2.
Is that guaranteed?
I don't know. Let's read what this man has to say.
All right, let's read what Paul Tassi has to say.
A weird thing happened this past year when Nintendo announced that the Switch hardware would be coming to market. The main draw was a new OLED screen, and upon further examination, it was clear there were no actual power upgrades in the new unit, despite previous rumors that some were coming. Well, we may have a clearer picture of what happened now and what's going to be happening in the future. According to Digital Foundry, Nintendo was planning on doing a mid-gen Switch upgrade that everyone has been calling the Switch Pro. However, those plans were ultimately scrapped and work instead shifted towards the next generation Switch, which people have been calling the Switch 2. Digital Foundry goes on to say that no, we should not expect the next Switch in 2023, and that Nintendo is somewhat concerned about the launch of a follow-up system, given what happened between the massively successful Wii and the disastrous Wii U. They don't want to replicate that situation. So it's something that Digital Foundry was saying. They're kind of a reliable source. I mean, they are owned by IGN and stuff, so... yeah, and people have kind of been mumbling this for a while. Like, did they cancel the Switch Pro because they wanted to move all that hardware over to the Switch 2? Was the OLED version supposed to be a Switch Pro at first, but then COVID happened and they decided not to do that because of,
COVID reasons,
like getting access to the chips and stuff.
Right.
So... yeah, I mean, it's kind of like it's kind of like we knew this. That's how it feels to me.
I mean, it's obviously the Switch is so popular. With everything, the form factor is fantastic. People love it, except for the stick drift, which needs to be fucking taken care of in the Switch 2. But obviously, they're doing a Switch 2.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Why would you do anything else?
It's you think like they call it the Switch 2?
They fucking better, or the new Switch or whatever. Just follow in the footsteps of the DS, right? I think that's your best, because they bring up the Wii and
they
the
call
Wii
it
U,
the 3 Switch. Because DS went from DS to 3DS, so they call it the 3 Switch.
Oh, three Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Switch, but instead of an S, it's a 2.
Twitch.
The Twitch.
The Twitch.
Yeah, instead of an S.
Oh, that's a terrible. That's terrible. The Switch is
will be their marketing scheme.
Yeah. Oh God. And it's Twitch compatible. No, they bring up the Wii and the Wii U, and I don't think that's a great example, because this is a handheld, whereas the Wii U was strictly at home, and there were no games. As long as Nintendo can get their heads out of their asses and put Breath of the Wild 2 and Metroid 4 and Bayonetta 4 on the Switch 2, you're not going to have any problem. And come out with a fucking new Mario Kart. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's it.
To be fair,
Nintendo hire me.
To be fair,
Switch 2,
they did do that.
And only release Mario Kart 9.
To be fair, they did do that with the Wii U.
Yes, they did.
They did release Breath of the Wild. They did release Mario Kart 8 on the Switch.
Yeah.
They did release everything people wanted for the Switch. For the Wii U.
The form factor
Right.
was the problem.
Yep. It was
you
confusing.
Have this big, ugly, fucking hooked on phonics controller. I forget what they're called. The big fucking like kid controllers that look like
the fat
child
Switch.
toys. You know, that was so stupid. Yeah. The Wii made sense because you got everybody in it. It was you could move around without putting something on your face, and it was for the whole family. The Wii U was like, for who? Who was it for? The older brother and the younger brother playing together?
I guess
that's
like,
pretty much it.
The weird thing for me is like, Nintendo has always had consoles that are very like, for lack of a better term, gimmicky.
Yeah.
Where like,
100%.
The first Nintendo was just like a basic ass Nintendo console, and then the next one was like, hey, what if 16?
Well, it was after the GameCube, right?
Well, and then the 64 was like, we got 64 bits now, and then the GameCube was like, hey, it's a cube and small discs.
There's discs,
and you can carry it around because it's small. And then the Wii came out, and it's like, what if motion controls? And then the Wii U came out, and it's like, hey, what if there's a weird exterior thing? And then the Switch is like, hey, what if it's like you can plug it into the TV and you can take it with you, and the controllers come out. But then the next one, what's the gimmick? It's just
there doesn't have to be a gimmick.
I understand, and I agree with that. That's probably what they should do. But I'm sure Nintendo right now is thinking to themselves, are we even Nintendo if we don't Nintendo the fuck out of this,
That's true. That is true.
Because like I'm sure they're thinking that, like, what is our spin on this? And
if it
were up to me, it would just be like, make it beefier, make better Joy-Cons, and just keep doing your thing. But knowing them, they're going to do something weird.
That's all they have to do. We've seen it time and time again with Nintendo. Nobody gives a shit what comes out as long as it keeps coming out. It's like, oh, a new Mario game. Everybody's going to buy that shit. Oh, a new Sonic game. Everybody's going to buy that shit. Like,
don't put Sonic on Nintendo.
A new literal Switch.
Don't put Sonic on Nintendo. That's not their fault.
All right. Well, okay. Then fucking Splatoon. Oh, Splatoon's on. Like, everybody's going to buy it. Mario Kart. Everybody's going to buy that shit. It's one of those things that's like, it's fucking Nintendo. As long as you got fucking Pokemon, Zelda, and Mario, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Just do the same shit you've been doing.
And honestly, if they switch up and they're like, hey, our gimmick is we're the Switch, but it's like fucking legit and it like is powerful, and like if they went that direction, like that's a perfectly fine gimmick. It's like, hey, we are handheld gaming, but we're doing it better than the Steam Deck. Like, that's fine. That's great. Yeah. That's a great gimmick to have. Because right now the Steam Deck, well, it's not beating them in sales. As far as critics go, it's like it's better than the Switch. The only thing it's missing is the Nintendo games.
The Nintendo games.
So like, absolutely, just make the Switch, but like beefy and cheap, and people will buy it.
Yeah.
When do you last thing on this, but like when do you think we'll get like an announcement for the Switch 2?
An announcement late this year. Early next year.
I think so too.
Like, yeah.
I think we'll start to
quarter 4, quarter 1.
Yeah, I think we'll start to get like actual like rumblings of it, and maybe like a soft announcement at the end of the year, and then it'll come out next year. Yeah. That's my guess. It has to. I think it needs to come out next year. Like it has to.
It does. The shit's getting too old for all these games.
Honestly, it needs to come out this year, but like it's just not going to happen.
Probably not.
Yeah.
It needs to come out before Breath of the Wild 2.
That's not going to happen because that comes out this year.
I know, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Before Metroid 4.
I mean, like, we could be totally off base here, and they could come out this year. It's totally possible, but
that's so unlike Nintendo to not announce and then like that year go, oh yeah, by the way.
By the way,
I don't know.
It's here
next year.
Yeah, we'll see. This is gonna be an interesting year for gaming, I think. Nick, what you been playing, man? What you been playing these past couple weeks, man?
Oh man, fucking nothing. No, just some played up with my boy.
That's true.
We streamed it. We streamed it a couple nights ago, and
Yeah.
last night, and a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
I've been playing some Witcher.
Mm.
I've been playing a little bit of Stellaris. I've been playing a butt ton of Marvel Snap, and I'm sad to hear that you have fallen off that game.
I'm still dabbling, but
You're dabbling. He's dabbling.
It is a time sink though.
Kinda. But like when I go to bed, it's good. When I'm doing nothing, it's good.
Yeah. You don't
When I
realize how much time it's
nothing.
taking though until you look up and you're like, oh my god.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. There's been nights where I'm like, okay, I go to bed at 9 and I'm on it. I'm like, holy shit, it's 10:30.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
It's good though.
Nothing really came out, or I'm kind of saving my money for a couple of games coming out this year. So
yeah, there's nothing really coming out for a while either. So,
well, we got Dead Space remake is coming out.
Yeah,
we got the Harry Potter games coming out.
That's in February. Yeah,
yeah. There's a game called Wild Hearts that's coming out. Destiny 2 Lightfall, and then the one that I really want to play is Star Wars Jedi Survivors in March. So
Octopath Traveler 2 is in February.
Well, there you
go. Persona 4 Golden is coming to the Switch.
Okay.
In January. I'm still excited about it.
Oh, that's fine.
I've been playing some stuff though, Nick.
I don't want to hear it though.
First of all, let me tell you about Marvel Snap, okay? The predatory nature of it is starting to get under my skin a little.
I've seen people talk about it. I have only spent money on season pass.
Yeah, and I think it's worth it if you get to the end of the season pass and you're like, fuck it, let's buy it.
That's the only way.
I think it's fair. But there was like a card, and I was like, how much would it cost if I wanted to buy this? And like just the way they disguise it as like, it's this other kind of currency. But then if you actually were to like spend the money to get it, it was like $80. I'm like, no fucking way, dude.
Oh yeah. In order to get like specific cards, 100%.
Yeah,
it's predatory as fucked up because you can sink so much money into this game and never get you'd get the card, but you'd have to be. I don't know what level you have to be, but I'll look it up here in a second. You continue.
Yeah, but Marvel Snap, it's also, where's the multiplayer? Like, I've just been waiting for that, and that was supposed to come out last month. I still haven't heard anything about that coming out. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just starting to lose it a little.
Yeah, but
it was fun while it lasted. What?
They said they're gonna do some shit. I'm reading this. Key points from Marvel Snap has 3 card pools. That it's actually more than that. Pool 3 unlocks from collection levels 4, 8, 6, and onward. But that's different. They've actually like pool 3 collector's cash. They've actually like here's series 4. A few rare, ultra rare cards available in Marvel Snap, available collection level 500 and onwards. They can be found through collector's cash, but you can buy them from the token shop. Series 4 cards have a 2.5% chance of appearing when opening a collector's cache or collector's reserve from the token shop. Yeah, so it is very unlikely. And then there's Series 5 cards. So it takes you like 5,000 collector levels to get every card.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Like at the best. And it's one of those things that's it's bizarre how long it takes. But there's only so many Marvel characters, and they kind of have to like slow it down, and they don't want people to have every card right away.
I get that, but I don't know. But then there's so many variants and stuff too that.
Yeah.
And like I don't know. There's tons of Marvel characters. You kidding me? um. Also, I've been playing Hitman, which I've been enjoying my time with. I think it's really, really fun. A fun way to kill time. Kill time.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good times. I'd never played Hitman 1 before, and I'm excited to get through Hitman 2 as well. I already played Hitman 3. I might dabble in that one again just for funsies, but that's been fun.
Just for funsies.
I also beat High on Life over the break.
Oh yeah, how was that?
I've got some thoughts on it. I think it's an okay game. I think if you're like into that kind of humor, like you like that Justin Roiland, Rick and Morty, what's that other show he has? Whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah, that other show he has. Like if you're into that kind of thing, you're gonna love this game. I think the comedy really works in it. There's some really funny bits in it. And the thing that really impressed me the most about the game is just the amount of dialogue and like dialogue options. Cause like for each one of the guns, like depending on which one you're holding, like they all have different dialogue options for like what's going to happen in the game. So it was pretty impressive for a game that Justin Roiland said they only just started making in 2020. So like for them to pump that out in 2 years, it's really impressive. Yeah. But that said, like the gameplay gets pretty boring pretty quick. Really, the only gun that's worth playing is Kenny, and he's like Justin Roiland's character. He's really the only good one. Let's Do It is good too, but you get him for the last mission. And he's a really funny character. He only says "Let's do it." you're just shooting things. Let's do it. It's really good. The other thing that I noticed that was really weird, no one's really talking about it either, is I think the audio in the game is like kind of fucked up. Like it doesn't sound good. Specifically, like when a character is talking and you're looking at him dead on, like it's, in both ears, especially when you're playing headphones. So maybe a lot of people didn't play with headphones like I did, but like you turn your head and it like hard pans, like it's hard panning to left or right ears.
Right.
Which is not how things should happen in a game. Cause like in real life, that's not how we hear things, So yeah, the sound really was kind of bad as well. Some of the visuals were like ugly too, but I thought the visuals were pretty impressive for like what the game was, and I'm excited to see what they do next now that this game was such a big success. So they'll probably have a bit more money and a bit more time to like work on something else. I would like to see a game from them where the game isn't as just like wacky. It still needs to be wacky because I think that's their specialty, obviously, like funny. But like if the narrative was a little bit more focused and less like fourth wall breaky, I mean, it's fine every once in a while. That's kind of Justin Roiland's specialty as well. But like if the narrative was a little bit more focused and the gameplay was a little bit more fun, I think it could have been a really, really solid game. But as it stands, I'd give it like a 7. It's fine.
Shit, are we ranking now? Is that what we're doing on this channel?
I mean, I don't like to rank, but if I had to, I'd give it a 7.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. So that's okay. We're not officially okay. Good.
Yeah, it's a fine game.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Nick, I wanted to ask you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Before we end it, Last of Us show comes out on Sunday.
Oh, dude.
Episode 1. What are we feeling? What are we feeling? I mean, we talked about The Last of Us a lot today, but what are we feeling?
Fucking nervous.
You're nervous, huh?
I'm nervous, dude. I heard that the showrunner. This is just hearsay. I don't have a good credible source. So
Craig Mazin.
I heard that he never played a single second of the game.
Incorrect.
Okay.
What happened was, I know the story you're referring to.
Okay.
What happened was he told Bella Ramsey to not play the game.
Oh.
Who's playing Ellie. He said, don't play the game so you're not influenced by Ashley Johnson's performance.
Gotcha.
And people were upset by that. And I was like, whatever. Who cares?
Whatever. Okay, good. So I'm glad that that's out. That gives a little bit of a weight off the chest. But I'm excited. I'm really excited because I want another show that I can tell my parents, hey, this is a good show.
Yeah.
You know, and like, you guys should watch this. Like, this is nerd culture and shit. I really hope it's good for that reason.
Yeah, I'm forcing my sister to watch it, but I'm gonna pre-watch it first because if it's bad, I'm gonna be like, don't watch it. I made that mistake. I was like really excited for Cowboy Bebop, and I watched it with her the first episode, and I was like, we don't have to finish this. It's okay.
That's good.
Yeah, so I'll pre-watch this one, and then we're gonna watch it together. So I'm hoping.
Okay.
The other big news that happened this week with the show, they were talking about how spores are not going to be in the show. You know,
okay,
and they replaced it with this new thing called tendrils. I don't really know how it's going to work in the show. Okay. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, they did it because they don't want people to wear gas masks or whatever." And Craig Mazin came out and said, "No, the reason we did it is because in the game, the spores are only in these small enclosed areas, right?" Yeah. And he's like, but if this was real life, if it spread through spores, people would be wearing gas masks all the time, and it would just be unrealistic. Like, it would have spread to everyone within hours. So it's just unrealistic to have spores in the show, and that was his reasoning to not have spores in the show. And I was like, that's a totally fair reasoning, and I always think that when I'm playing The Last of Us as well.
It's like, if gas masks stops this, why doesn't everybody wear gas masks?
Yeah, why are you even taking it off ever? I just would never. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, and then you'd climb to a mountain to eat and drink. You know, you'd live up on a mountain where the spores can't get to you.
Exactly. Yeah,
and then you'd like go into the city and then come back. Yeah.
So 100%. I imagine tendrils, like the way it's going to work is like they shoot off of them or something. I don't know.
It makes me nervous. All the changes and whatnot.
Well, apparently they got the idea because there was original concept art for The Last of Us Part 1 that included tendrils instead of spores. So they're like, we're just going to use that. So it is like from
it's
the
still
game.
Part of it.
So I'm very optimistic. Very optimistic about it. I'm not even cautious. I think it's going to be good. Like, the trailers look good. Pedro Pascal is good. Bella Ramsey's a great actor. I'm Nick Offerman. I love that man.
Yeah,
I'd let him touch me in weird ways. I would.
Don't say that. All right, let's move on. Have you started your homework for our other show?
Mandalorian? I was actually just gonna bring that up to you. I haven't started yet, but I was thinking we should probably finish it by the end of the month because Mandalorian Part 2 comes out.
I'm already on episode 4. I'm already on episode 4, my guy.
Oh, my man's almost done.
I'm halfway there, baby.
All right, let's set a date. When should we do it? The 30th? 6th?
Oh, I don't know.
30th?
I don't know.
6th?
I don't know.
One of those 2 dates.
We'll just watch it. Watch it when you get close. We'll set a date.
Okay, I'll start watching this week.
Okay.
Fuck it. How many episodes? 8 episodes?
I think it's 8 or 9.
Okay, I can do that.
Maybe it's a little longer. Longer, maybe.
I'll watch them all this week. Fuck it.
Oh, God. Fucking 9 hours.
God damn it! I just started watching White Lotus too. Fuck.
Oh, okay.
It's all right. Yeah. I'll watch Mandalorian. We'll get to it. I'm excited. I'm excited.
And what's that Ant-Man?
Oh, Quantumanium comes out next month.
Yeah, so that's another thing that we're gonna be doing. Yeah. So look forward to that too.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing with The Last of Us show, just wanted to point this out too. The first episode is gonna be like 86 minutes.
Holy fuck.
And I know exactly why, because they're going to do that whole intro in the first episode, you know?
Oh, yeah. It doesn't need to be 86 minutes.
I understand why they're doing it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
It's like a movie to start out, and I'm cool.
It's like half a movie to start out.
It's like, it's like a short action movie.
It's a short film, yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think like... Carnage, the Carnage movie, that was like 90 minutes. So
was it really? Was that short?
That's why I like that movie so much, because I'm like, it's so short. It's great.
Yeah, I can watch it in fucking as I'm like folding laundry or something.
Yeah, more movies should be 90 minutes.
I'm procrastinating. Yeah, I agree. 2 hours. There needs to be 2-hour movies.
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half minutes, sure. Movies, hour and a half movies, yeah.
Yeah, I watched The Menu last night. 2 hours. Loved it.
Nice.
I didn't love it, but I loved that it was
like the length of it, yeah.
I love that it wasn't 3 hours and 15 minutes like fucking Babylon, bro.
Yeah. Or Avatar.
Dude, if Babylon was 2 hours long, would have been the best movie of the year.
Really?
But as it stands, it's like 2.5 stars. That's what I gave it on Letterboxd.
Yeah, it's man. Danielle saw it and I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't go to watch the movie because it sounds like I would just want to fucking leave.
I'll give Avatar a pass just because it's like supposed to be like a big spectacle. But like I understand why you wouldn't. Anyway.
Want to sit in a theater in the same fucking chair for 3 hours? Yeah, that's all right. You know, we're talking about like growing old and having shit to do. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna waste my day and my literal day in the movie theater.
To be fair, 3 hours and 15 minutes is a lot less than like wasting your time on some shitty game that's like 50 hours long.
Yeah, true. But I could also get shit done.
Oh, we're losing Nick.
Losing me.
Oh, he's
shit. Well, it's time to go.
Let's wrap it up. Next week in games, we got Children of Silent Town coming to everything on January 11th. Cartwriter Drift comes to PC and Android on January 11th. Get excited for that one, huh? Lone Ruin comes to Switch and PC on January 12th. Vengeful Guardian Moonrider comes to PS5, PS4, Switch, and PC on January 12th. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot comes to the next generation of consoles, January 13th. One Piece Odyssey comes to PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, Xbox One, and PC on January 13th. That's it. Very uneventful week. Kind of sucks. But it makes sense. This is how every January is. There's usually like one banger at the end of January, and that's it. And I think the banger this month is, I don't know. You called it out earlier.
Did I?
Yeah, I don't know.
Give me a second. Dead Space.
That's it. That's the one.
Forspoken are both coming out this month. So
yeah, I think Dead Space is the banger this year. Sorry for smoking.
Probably. Yeah, I've heard the demo is pretty disappointing.
Yep. Too bad.
So yeah, it's good. That just means I don't have to spend money on it.
Check out our spoiler cast. We got a bunch of them. They're timeless. They're timeless. Go watch a movie and then watch our reaction to it. It's great. Watch our reaction as you watch the movie. You'll be confused, but it's great. Follow us on Twitter at LonerCast1. Follow me on Twitter at EmergencyPizza_. Follow Nick on Twitter at Fatal_Microwave. Follow me on fucking TikTok, huh? At LonerCast. Fucking get on it, dude. Look me up. We're making shitty content over there too. And check us out on Twitch, twitch.tv/LonerCast. Killing it over on Twitch. Good times.
Yep. 100%.
100%.
100.
Hunting.
Adios, muchachos.